Vitality is our ability to have spiritual, emotional, mental, and physical bliss. Some call it paradise. We call it a game.
Hey, all my Crimsonites, and welcome to the Crimson Cure channel, where we embrace our femininity, increase our womanly values, and celebrate our brothers. So join me on our feminine journey to learn, heal, and grow. Hey there, my Crimsonites, and welcome to the Crimson Cure channel. I am your host, femininity coach, and author of the Crimson Cure, and this is my perspective. So, what are we talking about today? This is how Black women lost their self-respect and the respect of other people, right? Outside people. This is why when Black women say we're disrespected, I don't think they understand why other people don't respect them, and really even why the collective of Black women don't really have a lot of self-respect. And it is rooted in just a complete departure from everything true. Because when you can't be true to yourself, you can't have that self-respect. Other people can't respect you because you're not operating in truth. And I'm going to give you an example. I'm going to show you a video of a young Black woman that's just going to demonstrate her complete confusion. The video is about 2.5 minutes, 3 minutes long. Okay, I'm going to let you guys watch it, and then I'm going to come back with my perspective. Okay, so let me go ahead and share the screen with you guys. Here we go.
Quickly, without being transphobic, what is a man? Please explain to me a specific thing that makes a man a man. Without being transphobic. Do the same thing with women. What makes a woman a woman? Now, depending on who's watching this video, some of y'all are going to get it and some of y'all are not going to get it. Some of y'all are really going to think about it critically and be like, oh my God, I don't know. And some of y'all are going to think, well, biology and XY chromosomes. And if that's what you're thinking, just keep scrolling. Okay, this video is only for the people who get it. Here's the thing. Y'all remember when I was having that gender crisis? If not, there's a whole playlist on it. But beware, if you're not ready to have your own gender crisis, don't click on this. Don't. But you should do it. Anywho, long story short, at the beginning of 2021, I was a confident cishet woman. And by the end of 2021, I was a confident genderqueer lesbian. And I really thought I had it all figured out. But then I kept thinking about it. And if I don't have a concrete definition for a man and I don't have a concrete definition for a woman, what is gender, right? If what is gender, what is sexuality? Because sexuality is based on genders. What the fuck? Like, listen, Linda, listen. I am a lesbian. I am not a woman. I am in a relationship with someone who also is not a woman. So what the fuck? Yes, you can say that the true definition of lesbianism is non-man loving non-man. But what is a man, though? This is what? Let's say you're bi, and you define bisexuality as someone who is attracted to men and women. What is a man? What is a woman? You think about it. Think about your sexuality, right? Think about the gender that you're not attracted to, and ask yourself why you're not attracted to that gender. Because I ask myself why I'm not attracted to men. And I struggle answering the question because what is a man? I genuinely think I'm just not attracted to the way men are socialized. But there's also, I don't know, physically, I don't know. Once I actually unpacked my attraction to men and realized that it wasn't real to begin with, and I was just socialized to have those feelings, I haven't really felt attraction to men, at all. But I can't say it's a specific physical thing, because I don't think it is. I think it's more of an energy thing. But if it's more of an energy thing, then, does that technically mean that I'm pan again? Anyways, I'm pretty confident in the fact that I'm not attracted to men. But, I just don't know why I'm not attracted to men. And I want to understand, why. You know? Anyone else? If this gets to the wrong side of TikTok, this is not going to work. So I need y'all to interact. For all the people who get it, please interact. All the queer people, interact. Because if this ends up on the wrong side of TikTok, it ain't going to be pretty. Quickly, without...
Okay. Now, that was long enough. Certainly wasn't going to let it loop. But you might ask yourself, well, Crimson Cure, what does this have to do with Black women's self-respect? right? What does the gender question, sexuality question, what does the alphabet community question have to do with Black women and their self-respect? First of all, Black women as a whole have gotten to a point where many of them do not even know the difference between feminine and masculine energy. They don't understand what the real differences are between men and women and feminine and masculine energy. It's really come to the point where Black women, they really don't know the difference. They think it's all a social construct, right? But even if it is a social construct, the thing that Black women don't understand or fail to realize is that these social constructs, i.e. the culture, is based on biology and what you think about your biology. We go back to bioculturons. And not so much the bioculturon, but the concept of biology, culture, and environment, and how these things interplay. Your culture is actually based on biology. Whatever we think about biology. So now we're in the 21st century, 2022, and we think that there's no such thing as a gender or any specified gender thing. So therefore, since we've been brainwashed and propagandized to believe that, our culture is now built upon that belief about your biology. When our culture used to be built on the knowledge of men and women's biology and the truth about men and women's biology, coming from the DNA on into the psychological differences between men and women, right? Why women think and do the things they do versus why men think and do the things they do, and understanding that that's actually rooted in biology. That's not a social construct. That's actually rooted in it. And then the culture, the so-called social construct, which is the culture, was actually based on what we understood about the biology, right? Because there is a difference between men and women. And this is what the so-called, these other communities don't like to talk about biology, because even in that video, she's like, if you're going to talk about biology, then you don't understand. Yes, we do. We understand biology, right? Here's the next thing. That loss of understanding of biology has led Black women to losing self-respect and the respect of other people, because she don't identify anymore with her femininity. She doesn't identify with her female nature anymore. She doesn't identify with insight. She doesn't identify with the concept of her nesting, with the concepts of her beauty, with the concepts of her fertility. You got Black women trying to figure out why they don't have, trying to tell people, well, I don't have to birth a kid, because why do women have to birth children? Because females do that. Of every species of animal, of multi-celled animal, there is with the female birthed the child, right? She doesn't want to deal with the chaos of her female nature. Definitely shies away from anything having to do with submission, revels in selfishness if it's under the lost value system, revels in hypergamy if it's under the lost value system, knows nothing about her power. She's so interested in male strength, she ignores her female power, and she passes on a culture that is detrimental to her. This is the vast majority of Black women, which is why we're in a situation as a people that we are. And other people aren't quite in that situation as a group. Because as a group, they didn't adopt the lost value system as a cultural thing to follow. And once it became cultural, it could no longer be questioned. See, now we can't question our dysfunction, right? Now, what does the alphabet, again, have to do with the self-respect? Because what led Black women into these false narratives and continuing to deal with these false narratives? Feminism. What has feminism always been tied to? A false narrative about biology. Feminism has always been tied to the alphabet community and concepts dealing with the alphabet community. It has always been tied to the L word. And Black women at some point tried to distance themselves from that, but it's not so, because those ideas are intertwined into the ideologies of feminism. All of those ideas about not meeting men and the gender roles not being necessary for women. It's necessary for men, but it's not necessary for women. And the promotion of this misandry, and now you got a group of women that don't know what to do with their romantic and sexual inclinations now, because now you hate men, right? You had this young lady, this is a young lady talking about she doesn't know why she's not attracted to men. It's silly. And she was trying to have this existential crisis and trying to make people be like she's blowing their mind with some new information. But no, it was just stupid, because it's against biology. It's against everything that humankind has ever known about human biology since the beginning of time. We did not get into 2022 not knowing nothing about human biology and the psychology and the physiology of men and women. We just didn't do it. That's like saying we just never researched this stuff, or everything that we did research is completely wrong and turned on its head, which is what they'll have you believe. This, and the fact that Black women believe it is what's problematic. See, the other part of this too is that it's a social construct, but what Black women don't understand is that the so-called traditional gender roles, which are supposed to be this false construct that was made by a patriarchal society, they just replacing it with another social construct. Huh, boop, you ain't knock it off. You don't understand that? They didn't free you from a construct. You just replaced a true definition with a false one. They just replaced truth with a narrative. That's all that just happened. You just got hoodwinked. You just got run them up. You just got the wool pulled over your eyes. You just got bamboozled. That's all you did. Now you're dealing with all these alternative lifestyles. They're alternative for a reason. Remaining and continuing to allow ourselves to be believing these false doctrines have made Black women lose their self-respect, because they've gone into this for y'all not to know the difference between masculine and feminine energy. Y'all should be moving in y'all masculine energy a lot. The denial of your feminine energy, the denial of your female nature make you lose respect, because you fall more and more, Black women as a whole, falling more and more into heedlessness, into chaos, into debauchery, into evil acts, into lack of spiritual discipline, which has allowed us to sink further and further into a miserable state of being. Right? What else? We've fallen into depression and anxiety, self-loathing. Black women have a slew of mental issues. Where does it come from? It comes from a departure from truth at the basis level, which is just your biology, right? And in looking for that external validation through being empowered, I want to be empowered. Really, that just means being enabled to continue to go down this false path where you don't have to deal with the truth about anything. Right? We the only group of women that's singled out as the face of all female dysfunction. So even if other women in smaller numbers participate in the same kind of foolishness, only Black women are highlighted for this. And then the false gaslighting, the false encouragement to keep us on that path of destruction, which is not done for any other group of women. We have to wake up and see this and understand it. This is why I go so hard at it. Somebody got to ring the alarms for Black women. Somebody has to ring the alarm for Black women, and Crimson Cure is doing that. You can like it, you can love it, you can dislike it, but that's what we're doing. We need to stop wearing our dysfunction as badges of honor and defending it as part of our culture. That's why we can't get out, because we are identifying with the dysfunction, and everybody else identify us as dysfunctional. You lose respect for a group of people that you see is dysfunctional and never come out of it. They never improve. You lose respect for them people. You even lose respect for people on an individual basis like that. Okay? We may continue this conversation. But for now, I want everybody to let me know what you think. Get down into the comment section. Let me know what you think about this conversation. Like, share, subscribe to the channel if you have not. Once again, I'm your host of Crimson Cure, and this was my perspective. Bye-bye, Crimsonites.
Hey guys, please like, share, and subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell. And if you've got more to say on the topic, leave a comment down below. Also, don't forget to support our sponsor, who so graciously supports this channel by clicking the description box and the link for A-Game at agameherbal.com. You can go ahead and get a 10% discount off of your next purchase using the code Kendra10. This has been yet another Crimson Cure production, and I'll catch you guys on the next one.